and due to what you are all about, you as a person, when you consuming this left or right product, you need to adjust to yourself, understand that you got to stick to your morals when you consuming this content. What I mean with that, Jrod, so what I mean with that is that if you have a very corruptive self, if the left or the right bring a corruptive message and it suits you better, that's the people that you're going to listen to. Why? Because it's all about energy. It's all about presentation. That energy in that presentation, if it lands, if that message with the energy and the presentation lands on someone that is weak, mentally weak, it will affect that person in a greater way that it will affect a grown adult like me and you that are established and we good, we mentally right, and we don't have to worry about what we're gonna hear on the internet because we already got our mind made up. You know what I mean? We got our models, our morals, and our standards already set. So it don't matter what you hear in the internet, left or right. You're gonna do you. You're gonna support who you're gonna support, but at the end of the day, it's all about you as a human. What you're gonna do with that content? Correct me, brother.
Yeah, I heard a quote today. It said that most people past 30, it's hard to get them to change their ideologies. They're taught that way. They grew up that way. They're very, not that you're stuck in the mud. You just don't listen to the rhetoric from the other side. And I'm not necessarily loyal to any party.
Right.
I'm loyal to God and I'm loyal to my dog.
And
And that's, I'm loyal to the Constitution, like Miss Pod says. That I put that first, and anything that detracts from that, whether it be giving temporary powers or taking away rights temporarily, it's I'm highly opposed to that. And check out what the rest he has to say here, brother.
yeah,
These people that are not your friends. This internet shit is seriously no joke. I went to school with this Tyler Robinson kid. I'll show y'all. That's him right there, Tyler Robinson. And the best way I could describe him is just like a Reddit kid. All I'm going to say is this is the kind of shit that happens when you spend way too much time online and all of a sudden your beliefs are all the way this way or all the way this way, and you do some dramatic shit to please these people that are not your friends. This internet shit is seriously no joke. I went to school.
yeah. I tell you what. I totally agree. Far as the internet is no joke, because the same thing that I just said though. It's all about what you do with the content that you consume, bro.
Again, here we have in the news, the LDS church, his family is LDS, and by all reports, a very nice family, very law-abiding, very God-fearing family. And you have this generation of kids that seem to, for whatever, you could list the reasons, they have a detachment from empathy. They have a detachment from society. They've never had any real friends. A lot of them have never had a real girlfriend or anything. In this case, his girlfriend was his roommate, another boy.
Did that got confirmed? Like, did they like, was that confirmed that they was having a romantic relationship? Or I mean, if you ask me in my personal opinion, bro, okay, let me keep it 100. I will never, I'll never in the past, present, or future, I'll never, bro, do roommates with the LGBTQ community. Me as let's say me as a man, I'm not gonna have a roommate that is a LGBTQ community. I'd rather to be homeless.
I can't do roommate. I can't even live in an apartment. I'm too loud. I have too many people over, and where we do whatever the fuck we want. But yeah, I'm talking about the LDS Church, the Church of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. You have a lot of offshoot cults. You have Jeff and Shalia, Divine, who have the Twin Flame cult. You have Lori Vallow. The list goes on and on that are not connected to LDS. But regardless of that, it's time to make a choice for a lot of people. And a lot of people, in this younger generation, they just don't get it. They're gay, but they support the Gaza Strip. They want Palestine. They'll literally lay down their life and die for a cause that if they stepped foot in that country, they would be stoned to death within 5 minutes.
Right. And to close like the comment that I said about the roommate with the LGBTQ community. You know what I mean with that, bro? Like,
I know what you mean. I don't believe shit the mainstream media says, but
like,
that's the reports we're getting so far. I mean, if you think I'm going to take the word of News Nation at this point in my life, yeah, you've got another thing coming. But
what I'm saying, bro, is like as a man, and the only way that you're gonna roommate with LGBTQ community if you ride that way. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? You're not gonna bro. It's like people think that he's homophobic and shit like that, but it's not about that. It's like when you already are so encrusted on your Christian religion, even though you know you a sinner, you know you're not perfect, but at the end of the day, you got certain level of morals that you don't believe in that shit. You know what I mean? You don't believe on all that LGBT stuff because it just that is not natural. It is not God. If God wanted you to be that way, he would not create you with genders. That's why I started this live stream saying that when God created you, you was perfect. The only person that is putting imperfection within your life is yourself. Because that's why
they live.
They're not happy with their
Jrod,
they're not happy with what they got going on, I guess. That's what I mean.
They live in this world that they created, and it sits right here. And they spin around, and they're frustrated that the world isn't recognizing their genders, and they're taking away their crosswalks. They're losing their party, their socialist leftist party is now a completely defunct brand. All the major cities are rejecting help, but they're falling apart at the seams. Crime is rampant. They have no arrest policies in Los Angeles. They're just getting away with whatever they want. And the reason that they were letting all these immigrants in is because you have areas where you have migrant. You have Silicon Valley is 70% immigrants. So that's why they're putting them on buses and they're shipping them to areas and giving them hotel rooms and debit cards, because then they have somebody that will vote for them. And they're doing the same thing in the UK. It's easier to get into the country than it is to a bar. You know what I'm saying?
Is what it's called, bro. Is voter fraud through illegal migration. It is voter fraud through migration status and modern slavery. It's all what it is, bro.
Right.
Modern slavery. and we gotta call it for what it is. You know what I mean? And they purposely allow